Hello, all. It's wild to be back here again. I never, ever thought I would be a footwear designer. From my earliest memories, I have always loved shoes, particularly the sparkly ones, and I just never thought that footwear designing was an option for me because it was just a dream that I didn't think would be achievable. Luckily, my path went through this fabulous school, and through the design thinking skills that I built here at One Stone, I had a fabulous and unexpected last few years. As a student from the first graduating class, our education was a huge experiment. No one else in the world had ever graduated with a narrative transcript that had no grades and a blob that showed growth over time. That was a wild concept. And looking back from the future, we know that our path was really bright and full of fabulous colleges and business ventures, but at the time, it felt very daunting. One thing that we know about the future for sure is that it's uncertain, and many of the problems that we will face and things we'll encounter, we don't know how to solve for yet. Life is changing really fast right now. In 2028, there will be about 1.9 million jobs in the US that are new. Those won't be jobs that are just teachers and engineers and artists. Rather, they're really cool careers like machine learning engineers and color specialists and content creators. So, how do we prepare for that future that is constantly changing and we're not sure what it holds? At One Stone, the answer isn't memorizing the right solution. Design thinking gives us tools to step into uncertainty with confidence and approach big problems with curiosity rather than fear. Since graduating, design thinking has proved a quintessential skill in learning about my passions and ultimately ending up in a career as a footwear designer. In this time, I've discovered 3 foundational aspects of design thinking that have proved essential to designing for problems that I've personally never faced. The first is community, second is comfort with failure, and the third is prototyping. Community was always at the center of my time at One Stone. We did not work alone. We learned how to listen, collaborate, and build together. When you face problems that you've never experienced before, you need perspectives beyond just your own. You need different worldviews to speak into what you know. When we design in community, we realize that we're not just designing for people, we're designing with people. We were also given a very incredible experience at One Stone, a safety for failure. Failure at One Stone was not just the end of the road. Rather, failure proves a door to new opportunities. We learned how to fail forward, to test ideas, 51 to be exact, as many of you have probably heard, and prototype, learn what didn't work, and try again. Next, in my career, this comfort with failure has proved very essential to creating products. It has created a safety to try new ideas, try things I don't know how to do, and learn quickly. It's an invitation to keep going. Failure's an opportunity to a road that none of us have ever explored, but the invitation to build better ideas. Lastly, there's prototyping, turning ideas into action. Not waiting for perfection, but making something tangible, learning from it, and improving. Prototyping teaches you that progress is more important than perfection. You don't have to know the final destination in order to take the next step. Now, when I attended university, I felt a lot more prepared than many of my peers. This wasn't because I was more successful or farther ahead. It was because One Stone had given me a different set of skills to approach learning. Success was not about the grades. It was about knowing my internal values and being comfortable with failure and embracing ambiguity as a means to pivot. Traditional education often teaches that what you choose to study in university leads to a career, and that's what you do with your life. There's not much wiggle room to change. One Stone taught me different. It taught me to anchor my life choices in my values and use that to assess every single decision. When I graduated from One Stone, I was actually studying to be a trauma therapist. I thought that my creative skills could go towards helping people process their trauma from human trafficking, and I really wanted to work with people. Quickly, I realized that that would burn me out. There's a lot of emotional labor. I have parents who work in a fabulous field where they help people from trauma backgrounds, and I just realized that they were built for that, and I needed to use my creative skills for something different. Thankfully, because One Stone had taught me different, I knew that this failure wasn't necessarily something that would end my life path, but it was something that was a door to a new dream I didn't know existed. So my dad encouraged me to take an industrial design drawing class. Industrial design is this beautiful blend of engineering and art. It's focused on user experience and colors and design. Industrial designer is involved in everything from the chair that you're sitting on, the car that you drove here tonight, and the shoes that are on your feet. Just like trauma therapy, industrial design allows me to use my creative skills and empathy to help other people. But rather than helping them solve their life problems, it was designing products that improves their mental health and well-being. Now, what I want you to take away from this is that you get to design your future and you get to decide who you want to be. Design thinking prepared me for that reality. It gave me adaptability and uncertainty and put humans at the center of my problem-solving processes. It taught me that I'm not just here to solve problems, I'm here to make the world a better place. And who knows, maybe I won't be a footwear designer forever, but the beauty of that lies in the fact that I have a toolbox of skills now to embrace uncertainty, a community to rely on, and a love of failing forward. That's why One Stone matters. The future doesn't need people who have all the answers. The future needs people who know how to ask the right questions, people who lean into community, people who embrace ambiguity and failure as a door to the future, and people who are grounded in their values and a desire to keep designing what the future holds. And that's exactly the people that One Stone grows. Thanks.